Hello everybody, this is Sheldon from ColourArte Art. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the poured palette collaboration that I'm doing with my good friend Justin Sally and also Taslima Maya from Taslima Maya Art. Now, we just watched Justin's video, and his video, he's all the way over on the west coast of the United States, and so now we traveled across the country to my video on the east coast of the United States. Then once you're done with me, we're going to go all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to the UK, and then we'll watch Taslima Maya to do her video to wrap it all up. So you can imagine, with the different time zones, how difficult it might have been to coordinate the times to better suit all of our viewers. So we thank you for joining us, and today I'm going to be working on this piece here. I think I have it upside down. Here it is, yeah. So I'm going to be working on this piece here. It dried pretty nicely. I like the way the flowers kind of bend a little bit here, and maybe some of it over here, but they are not quite perfectly symmetrical, which is great for me because it looks more natural. This is a beautiful flower. You know, I've been working on some of the flower dips that I learned from Fiona Art and from the ColourArte Studio 13 as well. And so let's get over to the canvas. Let's see how it developed this piece. And maybe a little bit later, I might add a hummingbird or maybe a butterfly to it. But for right now, let's get over to the canvas and see how this piece was developed.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Sheldon from ColourArte Art, and I'm going to be doing another flower dip. And I have my base coat down already, which is a black base coat. And very soon I'm going to be torching this piece so that I can get all the air bubbles out. Now I'm going to be torching these bubbles out. Yeah, it's important to torch these bubbles out. This way everything can be nice and flat. You don't have any freckles popping up into your flower. Okay, next I'll be adding my colors. I'm going to be adding them in puddles around a circle, sort of like a face of a clock. And I'm going to be starting with my pearl white. And I'm adding a dot in the center to center it. And then I'll go like a face of a clock. I'll go with the 12, the 9, the 6, and the 3. And then I'll put the areas where the other numbers will be around the clock. But doing it this way, I'm just doing it as opposed to pouring it over top of a dessert cup. So I'm trying this technique this time with it and seeing how it does. Also, when I add the other colors on, I'll be adding a puddle on top of these, but more toward the center. And that way, those colors will work toward the center as I'm adding more colors. So as I add each color, I'll tell you which color it is I'm adding. Okay, so the first color on top of this pearl white I'll be adding will be Love Struck from ColourArte, and it's mixed with the pearl medium, so it's a little bit lighter than what the natural color is because of the pearl medium, but it definitely adds a nice shimmer to it, and it gives some great effects as it's being lifted up with the napkin, which we will do later. Next, I will be adding some black to give it a little bit of contrast. And this is the same black that is in my base coat, so it'll work out pretty well. But you see I'm adding it closer toward that dot in the center because that's the direction that I'm working toward. The next color is Blue Grotto from ColourArte, and it is mixed with the pearl medium as well. So this mixed with the pearl medium so it can get different effects when it comes to the reaction. But the pearl medium does lighten it up a bit. Next, after I added more black, I'm putting down Frozen. It's a Prizm pour color from ColourArte. Next, after adding more black, I'm going to be adding some pearl white, pearl medium, pearl white color mixed with pearl medium to add some of the lacing effects. Then some lemon yellow from Arteza to go against that pearl white. And incidentally, the pearl white is Loft soft bodied white mixed with the pearl medium from Vallejo. Next, this color is Cadmium Red, and it's mixed with Big Apple from ColourArte Prizm Pour to give it some shimmer. Now I'm going to be working on that little center area by first adding on a little bit more pearl white and some puddles. And then after that, I'll be following up with some of the black base coat. And then back to the Cadmium Red with the Big Apple mixture. And then I'll finish it off with a little bit more of the black base coat to go in the center. And then after that, I'll be ready for my toothpick, which I'm going to drag through to make those lovely looking pointed petals. Okay, now I'm ready for my napkin. After I already moistened it to soften it up, I sprayed some water on it so it can lay down flat. And I use a napkin more so than plastic because I want to make sure that when I'm pressing down like I'm doing here, that there's no air bubbles underneath. And plastic tends to give you more air bubbles than napkins will. But you can use plastic if you wish. So I'm going to grab these corners up very carefully. I'm going to hold them very low. I don't want to lift it up too soon. So I'm going to bring all the corners up together first, and then I'm going to try to grab the sides. Now, granted, this technique works a whole lot better when you're using larger napkins like Fiona uses, but I don't possess those in the moment. So sometimes when you're trying to pull these up, your hands are not quite as steady, so it gets kind of crooked. So now I'm going to be lifting this straight up as much as I can, and voila, there you have it. It's a nice crisp colors. Some of the colors or some of those petals on the outside got a little bit crooked from pulling the napkin up. But overall, I'm very happy with the way these petals turned out. They look a little bit more natural as opposed to symmetrical, like it's I think they call mandalas or something. But this looks more like a natural flower, as it were. So torch to get the air bubbles out, and then I will be centering it after I get the air bubbles out, and then try to give it a little bit of a spin. But before giving it a spin, I have to add some extra base coat on the outside of it so that it could have some paint to flow on as I spin it. So I'm going to be doing that next.
Okay, folks, this is the final wet result. I really like how some of these petals turned out. It's unusual. I love the way some of this, the curves in those petals go. It's not my normal way of looking at it because it's not symmetrical. However, I do like this middle piece here. I love that petal there. It's a nice looking petal. And so some of these colors really worked well together. Also, there's a lot of shimmer in here as well from those Prizm pour colors. And I'm very happy with the way this piece turned out. So for now, we're done here. And we're going to go all the way over to the UK to watch Teslima from Teslima Maya Art and see what she has in store for us on the final part of this poured palette collab. So for now, once again I say happy pouring and have a great evening. Bye-bye.